iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the Five Flags Speedway here in Pensacola, Florida. Here tonight, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. I'm Roger Muth, high above the studio here to bring you the racing action here tonight from this, half-mile raceway in Florida that hosts some of the biggest races in the South. Here tonight, though, this race is going to be a big one as it is the 8th race of the season. Well, what does that mean? We are officially at the halfway point home here tonight. And, with the shakeup in the point standings coming into the night, things by the end of the night may look a bit different. Coming into the night, Brian Hacker is your points championship leader by 10 points over the Canadian of Dave Bragg. Dan Butler is sitting in third, just 15 points back. AJ Hamill is 19 points back, sitting in the 4th spot. And Rex Hoyle is 5th. 29 points back. Brandon Feeney just 1 point back from there. Dalton Williamson, Bob Higgins, Aiden Alvecchione, and Mark Jenkins all right there within striking distance also. So tonight may look a little different in the top 10 in the point standings after 100 laps of feature racing competition, as we're actually already ready to go racing here tonight. So let's head down trackside and get that starting lineup for your race fans. This is your starting lineup here tonight, brought to us by our friends at Six Rings Racing. Starting on the front row, taking his first ever pole here tonight, driver out of Canada, the Bragg Racing Switch Tire, number 53, the Double V entry, Victor Valls will now start on the front row. Starting to his outside, out of Ohio, driving the top 70, number 70, that would be Steve McCormick, and starting back into the 3rd spot here tonight, hailing out of Canada, driving the 989, that'll be the Scott Duncan entry. How about Carolina's own number 54, Rex Hoyle in the Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54. He'll start 4th. Dave Bragg, part of that Canadian Invasion crew. Car number 31, Switch Tire, Jiffy Lube, number 31, will start into the 5th spot. Driver out of Richmond, Virginia, driving car number 99, that'll be Mark Jenkins. He'll start in 6th. Wow, the guy who showed his age in practice conversations earlier, number 73, Philly Edwards, will start 7th. How about the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply entry? That'll be Rob Higgins. He'll go 8th. The Racing School number 21, the Storm Magnet of Dan Butler, will start into the 9th spot, and Brandon Feeney Well, there's not much to say, but that is Brandon Feeney. He'll drive car number 38 here tonight. He'll start into the 10th position. Eric Stout out of Virginia will drive car number 12 here tonight. He'll start into the 11th starting spot. Well, how about the Granny Hips Walkers and Kane's entry? Number 13, MA of Joshua Buckley back there into the 12th position. While starting back into the 13th spot, the driver of the racing school picked up his first win last week. That'll be Mike Taschereau. Arnold Vowles back there will start in car number 51, part of that Canadian Invasion crew. He'll start 14th. It's Aidan Alvecchione. He'll start back there in the car number 271 out of South Carolina into the 15th starting spot here tonight. Bob Higgins in the 20th anniversary checkered flag auto supply number 30 will go 16th. The Big Bruce Customs 26, Dennis Bruce is 17th. AJ Watkins and the Simbox number 77 of Doug Neal. Starting to line up as the green flag is early out here tonight. We go racing, and Victor with a great start to the inside. That outside lane, Steve McCormick, it got a little bit squirrely out of turn 4. He checked up, and he will keep it going, but he's going to have to move or pick up the ground that he just lost as the battle for the race lead. Lap number 1. We'll go to car number 53. Victor Vowles out front here tonight. Go down a lot of watch in there. Scott Duncan, the car looked a little sideways, a little unstable, but he was able to keep his right foot in it. Dave Bragg down on the bottom side. There is Rex Hoyle. One car still trending in the backwards direction. Car number 70, McCormick. Still stuck to the outside. He's got the 99 of Mark Jenkins. Now McCormick's going to be able to get down to the bottom side. He'll get in front of number 73 of Philly Edwards, and McCormick going to go around. McCormick self-spinning out of turn number 4 will bring out the caution flag here on lap number 4. You see the top 70. Number 70 going around. So the driver out of Ohio started inside the top 3. The first caution of the night, and it looks something like this. Watch the top row brewing. Just gets those left side tires down on the apron. And around he goes. So just a single car spin there. A little contact for that number 70. McCormick to the inside retaining wall. We'll see how much damage is really done to that car. He will have to restart back into what looks like to be the 19th position right now currently. There you see that car, number 70, there on white and blue entry back there. One car, a little damage also on the front nose piece. There's the sim box, number 77 of Doug Neal, the driver out of Georgia. Got a little damage on that 77. Should be getting the 1-to-go marker this time, and it should be Victor Vowles out front. Scott Duncan, Dave Bragg, Rex Hoyle, Mark Jenkins, Philly Edwards, your top 6 drivers here, as we do during the iRacing.com pace car lights off. So we're getting ready to go back racing here. Take a look at the 19 cars out onto the Speedway here tonight, the Five Flags Speedway. So far, your biggest mover of Eric Stout up into the 7th spot here as we get ready. It'll be 7 laps officially in the books here as the iRacing.com pace car makes the left-hand turn. Much better start in front of the field here now. Here comes the 99 of Jenkins. He was looking to see if he could get to the inside of Dave Bragg. Not going to be able to. Bragg will keep his foot in it. There is that number 54. Rex Hoyle is able to get to the bottom side. The all-black Colony Tire and Service Center entry. He'll get to the bottom side. Now he's going to go after Scott Duncan. Battling all through the field here. Looking back here, that's Aidan Alvecchione to the outside of Joshua Buckley. Just about 3 wide racing down the back straightaway. That was the 40. Sorry, that is actually 21. Dan Butler. That's Dan Butler, Philly Edwards, and Mike Taschereau. Taschereau picking up last week's win after the dust had all settled. Stout right there also in the 6 Rings Racing number 12 entry. Then Feeney, the die-cast collector, in the Canadian number 38. The Lincoln Riley entry back there. Rex Hoyle and Scott Duncan still going at it. Duncan now getting to the inside here. Swap lanes for those drivers battling for third. Right now it's Canadians holding down the top 3 spots. Victor, Dave, and Scott out front here tonight. Castro with a big move from the outside to the inside. Mark Jenkins now going to be the one to try and work on the 54 of Rex Hoyle. Then the 2 racing school entries battling back there for the 6th and 7th position. Good side-by-side battles here inside the top 10 in the early going in this one. Front 2 have walked away right now. It is Victor Valls and Dave Bragg out front. Oh, one car onto the apron. Hold on to her. Eric Stout. He will. Eric Stout got his left side tires down on the apron just like Steve McCormick did back on lap number 4. But the 12 of Eric Stout, though, will be able to hang on to it, so we stay green flag racing. One car into the outside wall out of turn 4, A.J. Watkins. Watkins popped it up on 2 tires like a bicycle, but he keeps the celebrating. 0-1 on the ground somehow and keeps going. Take a look at it here. Watch, see if we can find the 0-1. Just up the track he goes. Up into the wall on 2 wheels and just plants his right foot back into it. Aiden on the bottom side here. Moving on up for young Aiden Alvecchione. There you see the driver. 271. Getting around the Busch Latte entry. That's Rob Higgins, the cowboy, on the outside. Aiden's been here with the series for the last couple of years, and he's made strides in the program. He had a streak of top 10s going last season. I believe it was the first 8 races of the season. Aiden Alvecchione held the record of continuous finishes inside the top 10. And this season, he's come out swinging again, as he is inside the top 10 in the overall point standings, just 37 points. A little dyslexia there, reading backwards. 37 points out of the championship top spot here tonight for Aiden Alvecchione. McCormick trying to make his way back up through the field. He's at the inside of Big Bruce Customs, number 26 of Dennis Bruce. And we're not even inside or to the 25% marker of this race just yet. And this is all the side-by-side racing we've had. And oh, hold on to her there, McCormick. McCormick trying to pop a top out of turn number 4. He slid right up in front of Big Bruce Customs, number 26. Dennis Bruce, though, going to lift down on the gas there. He'll retreat just a little bit of car lengths back and see if he can rally back into it. At the front there, you see 3 Canadians, 1 camera shot there as they work down into turn number 3. Double V. Then it's Bragg and Duncan. Jenkins back there in the Ultra Slim Fast City. Number 99 holding into the 4th spot currently with Rex Hoyle right behind him. It's early in this one, as now we put 25 laps out of the 100 schedule here tonight at Five Flag Speedway in the books. And as they run right now, if they were to finish this way, this would put Dave Bragg into the championship top spot. So a good solid finish here tonight is what Dave Bragg is trying to do, but it is still very early. Things here tonight can develop very fast. Short track racing, you just never know what you're gonna get. I think Forrest Gump's mama said that. Sort of like life is what? Like a box of chocolates? So Dave Bragg trying to search around for a little speed here. Damn Butler, look at this, almost 3 wide. The racing school entries thought about taking the veteran of Rex Hoyle, 3 wide, racing down the back straightaway. Tashiro thought better of it, backed off, got back in line. Dan Butler not able to make the pass on the outside either, so right now it's going to be Rex Hoyle still holding into that 5th spot. But Dan Butler, Mike Tashiro, and Philly Edwards. Everybody else single file except for this move. Here comes now the 0-1 of AJ Watkins trying to make the inside work on the Big Boost Customs number 26. Doug Neal back just behind them, then Bob Higgins in the 20-year anniversary number 30. So AJ Watkins looks like he should be able to get around the Big Boost Customs number 26, but can Doug Neal close the gap? Doug Neal, a very accomplished short track racer here on the iRacing.com platform with his Simbox logo plastered on the side of that 77 everywhere he goes. I talked about it a couple times. I had the pleasure of racing Doug Neal, one of the drivers that's probably going to race you the cleanest when you come to short track racing, and he is right now currently sitting into the 18th position. I think maybe a little damage done to that Simbox entry. You see the bars are kind of wrinkled up. We wonder if that actually is a damage that's slowing him down a little bit here tonight. The lead getting bigger. Victor starting to pull away here right on board with our checkered flag auto supply onboard camera. Looking back at the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th place runners right now here. See Scott Duncan trying to take a peek around Dave Bragg, and again, makes you wonder. Bragg was searching for some speed out there, trying to see where he was going to be able to find speed to get around Victor. Did he wear the tires out? Is that Jiffy Lube switch tire entry? Is the tires worn off it? Because it is way early in this race here now tonight, and he has fallen back off the bumper of that number 53. Duncan showing the nose of that number 989 entry, letting Bragg know that, hey, I'm here. I may be a little bit faster. As actually Mark Jenkins is starting to really pull in the top 2 or 2nd and 3rd place runners right now. So this is about to be a 3-horse race for the 2nd and 3rd position. There you can see the 99. Oh, that time, though, big moment for the race leader. That time out of turn number 2. He got a little sideways. Gave up a couple car lengths. Dave Bragg started to pull him back. Now here comes Duncan with a great run out of turn 4. He will take the 2nd spot now from Dave Bragg, and we will see if Bragg can mount a charge back underneath. Crossover attempt, not going to happen that time into turn number 3. So now it'll be Victor, Scott, and Dave. Oh, hang on to her. Duncan got a little tight up into the wall, and Dave Bragg decided to go all the way to the inside wall to see where that 989 of Duncan was going to rebound off of. Now Mark Jenkins really in the picture here. Now he'll dive to the inside just like you saw a couple laps ago. Scott Duncan did the move to Dave Bragg. Now here comes Mark Jenkins. Rex Hoyle just waiting in the wings here tonight to see which driver is going to be able to go where, and then he will follow them. The inside lane tonight pretty much seems to be the primary passing zone here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway. Sometimes we do see the outside lane work itself in here late in the going. Right now, though, as we start to close in under 10 laps from the halfway point, the outside lane is not there. As you can see, Rex Hoyle boot scoot and boogie down on the inside also. Is Dan Butler going to be close enough? He will not be close enough to get to the inside of the switch tire Jiffy Lube number 31 of Dave Bragg. So now it's Victor Val, Scott Duncan, Mark Jenkins, Rex Hoyle, Dave Bragg. The top 5, Dan Butler, Mike Tashiro back there 6th and 7th. Then it's Philly Edwards, Joshua Buckley, and Rob Higgins. There you see the checkered flag, auto supply, Higgins Hill Racing. Number 40 of Rob Higgins holding the 10th position currently. And actually, Josh Buckley, while we were watching the race leaders there, he was actually the one that just worked himself around Rob Higgins. So Joshua Buckley up 3 spots here, trying to go get some more. He's got Philly Edwards in front of him. Josh was the 4th fastest car in our practice session. Our 1 hour practice session is, oh no, Josh, hang on to her. Josh has a brand new sim rig at home, and he just had to use every square inch of that brand new sim rig to keep that number 13 MA out of that wall. How he just saved it out of 4, I do not know. What a save there, though, for Joshua Buckley. Take a look. There's Buckley. All sorts of sideways. Seesawing on that rim. The wheel, if you will. Dan Butler, here he is now to the inside of the number 31. This time, Pye will put 50 in the books and go 50 more. Both racing school entries going to follow each other into the 5th and 6th position. Just trying to bump Dave Bragg back a spot. As Bragg fires back, he'll get to the bottom, a little contact with that left front tire to the inside apron, actually bumped the Peterborough, Ontario Canada driver up the track. But Taschereau not able to keep pace right now with that car. McCormick still trying to rebound from this early spin on lap number 4. He's been able to muster his way back into the 15th spot, so he's down 13 from where he started. Hard sledding when you heat up the tires and have to go all the way to the back of the field. Hoyle all over the back end of Mark Jenkins here. Rex Hoyle, one of those veteran drivers. We talk about him being a veteran of the series, a veteran of the platform, a veteran of sim racing and in the real world of racing. Probably one of the drivers that knows how to save his tires better than anybody for a long run race, which is what this one has kind of turned into here tonight. We had that one caution flag on lap number 4. We've gone green since then, and Rex Hoyle just kind of been pacing out there, kind of riding, not really working the equipment that hard. You see the 99 get tight off the corner while Rex Hoyle stays nice and tight down to the bottom side of the speedway. Well, if you're wondering who the race leader is, it is car number 53, Victor Valves out front, and he is absolutely setting a blistering pace here tonight. He has a 1.4, almost a second and a half second gap between himself and that second place car of Scott Duncan. And Duncan's holding about a 4 car length lead over the battle that you do see here. And it looks like Scott Duncan's starting to have some ill handling corners here in that car. You see him just ahead of those two we were watching of Jenkins and Hoyle. Scott Duncan, that car looks a little tight down there in the corner. Maybe 40 laps to go next time by. Battles for second, podium spots, second, third, fourth, all right here. Last time by, the fastest car in the group was car 54 of Rex Hoyle. He was the fastest car on the speedway, actually. Jenkins going to make the dive here. We've seen majority of our passes here tonight all happen going down the front straightaway into turn number 1, and there's another one that started to develop there, and the pass will finally be completed down the back straightaway. Now here comes the 54. Hoyle moving himself into a podium spot if he can get around Duncan. At one point here tonight, the Canadians held 1, 2, and 3. Now it's just P number 1 for Victor, and Victor, you got 2 of the fastest cars starting to pull you in as they now have second and third. Duncan tried to get back to the bottom, but that time out of 1, he'll slip a little bit. So he'll just fall back into the 4 spot, see if he can cool the tires and rally. Right now here, it is 1.7 seconds is what Victor has as the race lead. There you see the 53. He has not been challenged since the drop of the green flag, but take a look out in front of him. What do you see? I see cars. I see cars battling for position. That means that they are not going to roll over and just get out of the way of the race leader. They are going to try to battle to stay on the lead lap and keep their positions. Right now, the first car would be the Simbox 77 of Doug Neal. It would be Neal, then it would be Dennis Bruce and Bob Higgins here as we come to complete lap number 66. Race leader just a couple laps, maybe a couple corners away from getting into the back half of the field. It's just 3 of them and then another big gap distance till they would get to the 16th place runner of A.J. Watkins. Looks like Doug Neal will just take his Simbox 77 and go straight to the outside. He will let the race leader come right around him down in turns 1 and 2. Dennis Bruce also going to go to the outside. Uh-oh, Mark Jenkins having some problems. Got down onto the apron there and did the 99. That allowed Rex Hoyle to scoot around the outside. Now, does Hoyle have the tires? 1.8 seconds, 1.9 seconds is the gap. Scott Duncan thought about diving down to the inside in turn 1 again. Victor's got around 2. He's got another one out in front of him. That'll be Bob Higgins. That might take him a couple laps to get there. So there you see Dennis Bruce and Doug Neal have gone a lap down. They're running 18th and 19th currently here on the Speedway. And these drivers are running 13th and 14th. How about Aiden and Rob? Aiden to the outside, and no, he'll actually climb the outside wall down the back straightaway. Now Steve McCormick might be able to take advantage of this. He won't look actually at Aiden. He kept the car's momentum wound up. Rob Higgins now going to be stuck to the outside as now Aiden battles back to the inside. And he's got Steve McCormick right there. So Aiden going to get back around Rob Higgins. What is McCormick? What's he able to do? He'll get Higgins too, it does look. As he will. So put Aiden now into the 13th spot, McCormick to 14th, and Rob Higgins back into the 15th position. Rob, gas pedal is on the right side. Just letting you know there, buddy. Buckley in the 13MA has picked up 2 spots since he dropped the green flag here tonight. He's following the number 12 of Eric Stout. Stout, remember, did get sideways. So did Buckley. Both those drivers kind of trying to be like Steve McCormick, but they both held onto their cars. They did not go around. They did not bring the caution flag out. And with 25 to go, they find themselves running 9th and 10th with Brandon Feeney just behind them. He is running into the 11th position. So everybody's starting to single file out. Some handling issues on the Dave Bragg entry. He was sideways that time, again down in turns 3 and 4. But hung on to it. Buckley down on the apron there. He's sailed it off into 3 and 4. Got underneath the 12 of Eric Stout. As Taschereau having some problems also. Buckley going to get slide job by the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. Eric Stout going to go up here and get Mike Taschereau. Now Joshua Buckley back down to the inside on Brandon Feeney. It's the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes and the Death to Granny Hips, number 38. Will be Joshua Buckley taking back the spot. Who's just behind that? That is Arnold in car number 51. Feeney to the inside. Not going to be able to. That gets flat down there. That would not have stuck down there on the inside. Taschereau into the outside wall. That's going to allow Buckley to get to the inside here. Will Buckley be able to advance? They're rocking side by side down into turn number 3. Out of turn 4 is, I think, Buckley at the line, and it was. Buckley at the line. Now here comes Brandon Feeney. Tashiro was as high as running into the 6th spot. Now he's back to the 11th spot and could possibly wind up back into the 12th spot before his slide through the field is done. That's exactly where Tashiro will wind up. He'll wind up back into the 12th spot. Out front, the driver that'll see 15 laps to go, the 53. Peterborough, Ontario, Canada entry. In his rookie campaign, trying to go to victory lane. He's just 14 laps as he comes out of 4. Away from going to victory for the first time in his career. Looking at it, though, Rex Hoyle has been chewing into that lead. It's ever so slightly, though, little by little. I think Rex would need a caution flag here late to get back into this one. Last time by 6/100ths of a second faster. So that's not going to quite do it. We'll see, though. You never know. Lap traffic could play a factor. There's Bob Higgins. He's stayed out in front of the race leader to this point. But will he be able to hang on for another 11 and a half laps? Higgins falling another spot. Aiden Alecki only get around him. That's Doug Neal to the outside, the ill handling number 77. Not a battle for position from those drivers. He's just going to pull over as the double high five for everybody this time by. It'll be just 10 more times around the Five Flag Speedway. 10 for everybody, 9 for Victor. That time, 0.2 of a second faster. Hoyle is coming. He is under a 1 second gap. 8 laps to go, though. Could it be a little too late? Higgins goes a lap down to the race leader. 7 to go. Let's take a look at the line this time. Ooh. A 16.62 for Victor to a 16.5 for Rex Hoyle. Hoyle's really turning up the wick now as we're come by this time. 6 laps remaining. Right now, if you're Victor and you see the gap starting to shrink, your knees have got to start to be shaking. I think there's an Eminem song about your knees weak, arms are heavy. Well, right now, Victor's knees are clanking against each other. Oh, a mistake by Victor. Victor trying to get to the inside of the 0-1 of A.J. Watkins, and he got the left side tires on the apron. That allowed Rex Hoyle to close a little bit. Now, Victor not going to be able to use the whole exit of the corner. 4 laps to go. Under a half a second. Here comes the black 54 of Rex Hoyle. A.J. Watkins trying to use the bottom side of the speedway. Here comes Hoyle. 0.4 of a second. 4 to go. It'll be 3 to go at the line. This is going to be a battle to the final lap, the final corner. Hoyle will clear the lap traffic. He'll have a lap and a half, 2 laps actually. 2 laps will get it out as the popsicle sticks go up. At the line, that time Victor, a 10th faster, pulled a little bit back on Rex Hoyle. The white flag this time will fly. It's the final lap presented by Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. Victor has led them all, and oh, he's sideways. Victor was sideways in 1 and 2. He got the left side tires down onto the apron, got the car sideways, but he will win here tonight at the Five Flag Speedway. Victor Val is coming across the line with Rex Hoyle, Mark Jenkins, Scott Duncan, Dan Butler, Philly Edwards, Eric Stout, Joshua Buckley, Brandon Feeney, and Dave Bragg rounding out the top 10. Wow, what a race that was. A first-time winner. There he is, the driver out of Peterborough, Ontario, Canada, the switch tire, Jiffy Lube, number 53. He'll be the one to go to victory lane here tonight. So it's him, Rex Hoyle, across line 1 and 2 with Mark Jenkins. Wonder what this celebration's gonna sound and look like here tonight. Victor, your winner for the first time ever in racing competition in his rookie campaign. So it'll be a great points night and a great celebratory night and week for that driver out of Ontario, Canada. We'll take a quick break here, though, from the Five Flags Speedway, and we'll be back here to celebrate this one with the top finishers after 100 laps.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, welcome back here to the Five Flags Speedway race fans. After 100 laps of racing competition, we have your top finishers standing by here. In just a couple of moments, you'll get to hear from a first-time winner, a veteran, and somebody who's had a couple rough weeks of it, but he has finished it off here tonight. So let's start things off here. Let's go trackside and talk to the winner here tonight for the first time ever, driving car number 53. How about it, Victor? You pull off the win here tonight in Pensacola, Florida, a long way from Peterborough, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah, a little bit of a distance. It was a heck of a race. Great drive by everybody. Definitely want to thank the sponsors, Jiffy Lube, Switch Tire, Big Bruce Customs, helping us out, as well as our good buddy Dalton gave me a couple pointers. For tonight, Canadian Invasions have logged lots of laps on this track, so we were pretty comfortable going in here and managed to pull off something. I'm not going to lie, I didn't think I was going to this season.
Well, it's a stout field out there, that's for sure. How did you feel, though, closing down at the end of this when you saw that 54 of Rex Hoyle? It was almost a 2-second deficit, and then all of a sudden, under 5 laps to go, it was under a half a second.
Yeah, I was watching my relative and made a couple mistakes because, got nervous. Shouldn't have watched the relative, but managed to hang on to it. Rex was coming, and I feel like we would have put on a good show if we had another 5 or so laps there.
Well, you didn't have to go 5 laps extra, that's for sure, here tonight, as you will walk away with the victory. So what do you say, Victor? For the first time ever, the red carpet's going to come out here tonight. The microphone is yours. Who's back home that makes the 53 so fast out here on Thursday?
To be honest, all the guys there, we all race together. We all work together there. So I got Dave Bragg, part of our team, Dennis Bruce, my brother Arnold Vowles. We all practice together, make sure we get everything set up, and hopefully put on a good show for all the fans.
There you hear it tonight. He's a first-time winner. He'll celebrate this one. It'll be a long virtual drive home all the way here from the Five Flags Speedway back to Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. So Victor Vowles will win here tonight for the first time ever. That means who's sitting in the second position? Well, it's the veteran. He's got a lot of wins to his name over the years, but tonight, Rex, it's only going to be good enough for a second-place finish, but that 54 was a rocket ship late.
Man, it was. I'll tell you what, Roger. I'll tell you, it's been a while since I've got to talk to you. We've had some rough luck, but Brian and I have been working hard on the cars, and tonight it came through. The car handled good. Struggled a little bit in practice trying to get a handle on it, but once we got going, it all came back. The car started working, and here we are.
You're here in the top three once again. What did you need here tonight, though, to get this Colony Tire and Service Center number 54 into victory lane? Because it was fast at the end. You got there, but what did you need?
The biggest thing was being smooth. That's the key with this track, because you just breathe the throttle a little bit going into turn, and the rest of the time you're flat out and wheeling this thing, and you just got to keep it smooth. If you don't do that, you're going to back up.
Well, you didn't back up here tonight. You went forward. You picked up 2 spots to finish in second. So it's going to be a great points night for you here as we get ready to leave the Five Flags Speedway. What do you think you can do, though? We're going to head to a little bit smaller track, a little bit more horsepower, Lucas Oil Raceway next week.
We're looking forward to that. I believe that's with the super late model, and I love that car. Brian and I have got them set up, and I think we're going to put on a pretty good show.
Well, we look forward to seeing you out there. Before we let you go, is there anybody back home, though? That helps this 54. Stay looking good, stay fed, and fast.
Yeah, I got to say big thank you to Colony Tire, Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe, Tuxedos by Ted, and Geppetto's Pizza, and Brian Bianchi. He's my teammate, and without him, I wouldn't be up here. I'll tell you what, that guy's, we worked hard and tried to keep these cars right. And can't say enough about that guy.
There it is. Rex Hoyle's here tonight. He'll finish second. His teammate down in Florida soaking up the sunlight and the warmth before he heads back north here and back behind the sim rig. That'll be Rex Hoyle, who finishes in the second position. Finishing, though, into the third spot. How about it? Welcome back to the podium here tonight. Mark Jenkins. Mark, a very fast car. You sat in second there for a couple of laps and then ended up falling back and had to battle back here into the third spot. But a good night, all in all, for the 99.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to finally finish a good run with a top 3. Feel like we've been here a lot. Just can't seem to get the job done late, and almost made a mistake there. I got on the apron, got a little loose, but Rex did a great job staying off me, and yeah, man, we'll take the top 3.
The trouble spot here tonight for a lot of drivers seemed to be right there in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and then 4 off. That inside, how hard is it to get as low as you can to keep the momentum built up, but not touch that inside apron?
You know, it's not easy. You know, lap after lap, you just have to stay focused, because there, yeah, like you said, there is that sweet spot where you got to get, you know, low enough to hit that sweet spot. But if you get too low, you're gonna hit that apron. It's it could be a skating rink out there, and you know, so I saw some guys have trouble with that. But yeah, overall, it was a great race, and really like running with these guys. A lot of respect out there tonight.
Yeah, only one caution flag for you here, and with a great podium finish, you're going to jump yourself now, I believe, maybe just inside the top 5 in the point standings, and we're halfway home to the season here. What's it going to take to maybe go get some more good finishes and maybe finish this season off towards the top of the point standings?
It's going to take discipline and, you know, keeping your head about you, and just driving smart. It's so easy to get yourself in trouble, you know, week after week. And I'm trying to do a better job of just driving within myself, and hopefully I can continue that. And yeah, top 5 in the points. That sounds pretty good, Roger.
We look forward to watching you the rest of the way this season, but tonight it was you finishing on the podium behind the wheel of that car. Who do you got to thank back home in Virginia that keeps you, well, on point?
Just want to thank my family, my wife and my kid for letting me run tonight. Hopefully they watch and enjoy it, and I think my mom's watching, and thank you for everything you do and all the admins and my fellow drivers. It was a fun night tonight. Thank you.
There you hear it. Driver out of Richmond, Virginia here tonight. He drives the number 99. That'll be Mark Jenkins. He had himself a solid night and will finish inside the top 3. So you heard from the first-time winner here tonight as the double V entry will go to Victory Lane. I guess V's go with victory, so call it, well, what you will. Victor's in Victory Lane. Rex is second here tonight with Mark Jenkins sitting into the 3rd spot. 4th was going to be Scott Duncan across the line with Dan Butler in 5th. Philly Edwards was 6th. Then it was Eric Stout, Joshua Buckley, Brandon Feeney, and Dave Bragg will round out the top 10. A great race here tonight from the Five Flags Speedway. Just one caution flag to slow us for 3 laps. Everything else here tonight was green flag racing, and Victor was able to lead from the start of this one all the way to the end. But Rex Hoyle was right there closing in. A couple more laps. It may have been a different outcome, but we'll never know, because we finished this one off with just 100 laps of racing competition here tonight, which means this race is in the books. Where does that lead us? Well, that leads us to April the 6th, the next time these drivers are out onto the raceway, and that will be at the Lucas Oil Raceway with the Super Late Model 100 laps of racing competition on April the 6th. So race fans, until we see you there, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.